lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just hold on me. Just hold on me. Just hold on me. Just hold on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold on me. Just hold on me. Just hold on me. Just hold on me.
Welcome back to Texas. Second week in a row, we've been able to come to the Lone Star State for some competition. This time in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and the Texas Motor Speedway Quad Oval. Round number 6 of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. And tonight starts the second half of the season, and I got two special guests in the booth with me tonight. We're going to start with my sister from another mister, as I call her, Ms. Emily Urias. Emily, welcome to the CleanRacing.net Truck Series.
Hello, Tony. Yes, what a beautiful morning here at Texas. Got, I believe, 19 or 20 cars out here on the field. Definitely going to be an interesting night. Expecting to get loose out of turn 4.
As is the case with this track every time we come here. And the other person joining us up here in the booth is going to be our in-race reporter tonight. And of course, that is the driver of the number 23, Mr. Joey Stiers. And Joey, I don't know if you were able to catch last week's race over in Austin, but your kid put on an absolute effing clinic, leading all 30 laps last week.
Yeah, it's something with Josh Lilly and these road courses. I don't know what it is, but he sure has them figured out. He's always had my number every time we go to a road course. But yeah, you're definitely looking for him to beat at those tracks. But I don't see him in the field tonight, so we might have a new heavy hitter tonight.
Well, it is spring break for all the schools in the area, anyways. I don't know if you guys have it there, but up here in upstate New York, it's spring break time. So probably spending some time with his friends on this week off, but just an absolute clinic last week. Is we got about 2 minutes left in the hot lap session, and I forgot to do. Did I do it? Yes, I did do my job. Let's take a quick look at the point standings coming into tonight. Trevor Ryan, Tom Richter sit atop the pile. Ryan over 20 points to the good right now. Larry Stubblefield holds down third. Brian Toole, Shane Calhoun, Greg Barnett, Jeremy Morrison, Tommy Osborne, Fred Garcia, and Abram Gaston had a disastrous week after missing COTA. Drops all the way to 10th after being third going into COTA. Your biggest mover, though, is Chris Smith, as he's up into 12th, getting plus 11 with a solid finish last week at Circuit of the Americas. And Emily, you've had a chance to turn some laps here tonight. We're going to start with you. What is your take with how this track is feeling tonight? And I think we just lost Emily's microphone. So let's go to Joe. Joe, things aren't going your way yet.
No, they're not, but we're going to see some different strategies, I think, early in this race. So typically in the truck series, 3 and 4, you could probably go wide open, but 1 and 2, it gets so loose you have to lift just getting into the corner. You can't hold it wide open because you'll push up the track and it'll just break loose coming off too. So watch out for that early on fresh tires when these guys don't have a lot of grip, and we'll have a lot of slipping and sliding. So this could get real interesting right off the bat.
Well, that's the thing Texas has been known for since day one. Turn 4, you can see the backstretch. The sun is coming up over there just off the backstretch, which means turns 4 and the rest of the dog leg, they're getting that morning sun. And right now, let me pull that back up. We are sitting about 9:15 in sim time in the morning. 79-degree ambient air temperature, 53% water grain in the air, not too shabby. Partly cloudy skies, but that track temperature is going to continue to rise as this event wears on. 85-degree track temperature right now, and that is going to continue to climb, especially considering that we have 23 trucks making the call here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Yes, sir, Tony, as we get ready to get into qualifying. 5 minutes on the clock, 23 drivers to qualify. This is where the grid line's going to be set up, seeing who's the best driver that's going to take that pole position and get pole points as the 15 car is getting ready to go out there and qualify in that Chevy.
That is Jamie LaRoque being the first one to roll it. There's Jeremy Morrison, a fellow Canadian of Jamie's. 3 Canadians in the field tonight that I know of. Trevor Ryan looking to extend his points lead. I mean, that kid has just been on a tear for the first half of the season. Let's see what the second half is going to bring us.
Yes, sir. And
Sammy Dale in the 888 making the call tonight. Haven't seen him since the first round this season.
Yes, sir, and I will say some of these drivers, I've been in the booth before here with cleanracing.net as well as a driver out there on the track. Some new drivers I am seeing out. It has been a hot minute. Definitely some new faces to make me see how they drive. I do know a couple of these drivers out here are really fast, like Josh Lilly. Finished first last week at Coda, one of the fastest cars I've seen in the past. Possibly bringing home another win this week.
That was a good lap by Morrison. Goes sub 31, immediately bumped off by Tom Richter, your current second place in points. As we're going to go check back in here. Trevor Ryan currently sitting 6th quick. James Nelson in the 7. There he is in the Crutchfield Racing entry, currently sitting 6th quick. Dominic Rossi had a week last week, and he just as soon forget, I think. As there is our in-race reporter, Joey Steyer, starting to roll it. The Mackinac, Illinois native. 4-time champion. And his stepson, Josh Lilly, is a 2-time champion here in cleanracing.net.
Yes,
That's
sir.
impressive. Uh-oh. That's not so impressive as Trevor Ryan goes to the top of the pile. Keep your eye, though, on Larry Stubblefield in the 82s. Good run to the line. That is going to improve him up to 2nd for the Night Owl 82. Jay Culp out on track right now as well in the U.S. Marine Corps number 88 Toyota. Justin Carey making his return to the lead. There he is in that ODR Toyota. Checking in with Steyer's first lap for him. 16th quick, but he was expecting to be deep. Jason Higginbottom making his return to the series. Rocking out of Richmond. Taking a little high line through 3 and 4. Had to chase the truck up the track. That is not going to help. He goes 19th quick. Abram Gaston and the Fanatec Double Deuce is back tonight. Steyers jumps up to 13th quick. Let's go back to Higginbottom as he's halfway down the back chute. Good head of steam. He's going to improve his time. Not sure by how much, though. Seventh for Higginbottom.
Yes, sir. As 19 out of the 23 cars have qualified so far, fastest lap time looking like a 30.25. Wow. Pretty fast time, especially on a fixed setup, I will say. I know
Abram Gaston jumps up to 3rd quick.
Wow.
And he's even quicker in the first sector on lap 2. Can he not give it up on the second sector? Coming off of 4 with a good head of steam. And Gaston brushed the wall coming off of 2, negated the lap.
Wow. But still, fastest lap of 30.25. One of the fastest laps I've seen here in the trucks. Ryan definitely put laps in this week's at Texas. Definitely with, I believe the trucks went to Texas this week, if I'm correct, in the official series.
They did, as NIS was at Texas. Take a quick look at tonight's starting grid. Trevor Ryan setting quick time in that Toyota. 30.257. 38 thousandths over Larry Stubblefield. And now I understand what somebody was asking me about my SDK going haywire. But Abram Gaston, after missing last week, looking to make up for it this week. He's going to start inside row number 2. He's going to be joined with the 99 of Brian Toole. Jay Culp and Ken Pack going to roll it from row number 3. Jason Higginbottom and Justin Carey in row 4. Tom Richter and Greg Barnett rounding out the top half of the field. M?
Yes, sir. As James Rayburn is going to be in 12th. 11th on the inside is going to be James Nelson. 13th is going to be
Dominic Rossi.
Dominic Rossi. 14th on the outside line is going to be Timothy Cook. 14th is going to be...
That's going to be Cook. I got it from here. Row number 8 is going to see Joey Stiers on the inside. He's going to be joined with Sammy Dale in his return to the league. Shane Calhoun and Ken Allen going to roll it from row number 9. Jeremy Morrison and Jamie LaRoque, 2 Canadians, going to fire off next to each other back there in row number 10. Chris Smith and Tommy Osborne in row 11. Fred Garcia out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, going to roll it from shotgun. 23 scheduled starters here tonight, 110 laps. The scheduled distance, as we've only got a 70% fuel fill. So I'm thinking this is going to be at least a 2-stop race, Em.
Yes, sir. With 23 cars out here getting ready to roll on the track, 18 cars, your pole winner with a 30.25. Pretty fast lap out here tonight with the 82 machine on that outside line. Definitely going to be an interesting race. 110 laps. Track temp is a little spicy tonight, especially at Texas. This loose 87 degrees. Definitely getting up there. Track temp's probably a lot hotter.
No, track temp's only 87.
Wow, expecting it to probably go up, especially being 9 a.m. currently.
We're going to be in triple digits by the time we turn these cats loose for the checkered flag.
And I know myself at these tracks, with it being triple digits, it gets dicey, especially going 3 wide at Texas, going into turn 1 and 2.
Here we go, though, as the pace car getting ready to peel on off. Geico restart zone is in effect because it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab some of that good Texas barbecue because it's time to get it on in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Race fans, it's showtime!
Green, green, green.
Ryan drops the hammer. Stubblefield goes with him. Abram Gaston holding his own there on the low side. Getting a little bit of a push from Jay Colt as he's trying to make some headway already onto that low side. Top side, not where you want to be this early from the looks of it. So here comes Justin Carey up on the high side. Everybody trying to arc the corner. We've still got 2 wide by 2 wide for 6 as Richter, Pack, Toole, and Barnett starting to throw haymakers at each other.
Yes, sir, as battling 2 wide, and I think I saw 3 wide in the back, battling out, and that's something I mentioned, almost going 4 wide into turns 1 and 2. That's something that we're going to see a lot here tonight as, some contact into the wall by the number 29 car in that Raptor car. Definitely some contact, and going to have to watch that out here tonight, because contact can be a big thing here at Texas. You hit too much on the wall, it's definitely going to reduce the speed that you can go around this track.
Oh, very much so can, and then you're playing behind the 8 balls. Abram Gaston making a bid for the lead after starting 3rd. Drag race down the back straightaway with Trevor Ryan. Abram Gaston has been on fire every time he's shown up this season. I can completely understand why he didn't want to run COTA last week, but I would have at least registered and gotten the show-up points.
Yes, sir, as battling for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are neck to neck. The 22 car is going to be working on the outside line, trying to get into 1st place. The outside line is the most dominant line, running that mid to high groove. I know myself, that's the fastest line, but also if you can run that bottom line, you can keep that position.
Well, it's a tale of a 2-sided sword. Do you want to punish the right front, or do you want to punish the right rear? Running the low side like Trevor Ryan is, you're going to punish that right front trying to stay down there. running the second groove like Gaston was doing last lap, you're going to punish the right rear because that tire is just digging for the entirety of the lap.
Yes, sir. And going around here, one by one, going into turns 3 and 4 coming out there. That's something these drivers need to be careful with. You can get extremely loose, especially with the track temp getting up there, possible 3 digits here later tonight. Definitely getting up there as we're already up to almost 90-degree track temp. Gone up 3 degrees within 6 laps. I'm definitely expecting triple digits here tonight as cars are now settling down, working their way around the track on lap 6 of 110. 2 wide back there between the number 7 car and 44 car.
That'd be James Nelson in the 7 on the high side, Jason Higginbottom on the low shell. Higginbottom's dropped back a little bit. He probably conserved some tires here tonight. As
Yes.
your biggest mover right now in the positive direction is going to be that man in the purple truck. That is the 31 of James Rayburn Jr., currently sitting at +4, and we're only working lap 7, getting ready to start 8.
Yes, sir. As I just looked, 3 sets of tires here tonight for 110 laps. These drivers are definitely going to have to save those tires. You can definitely burn those tires off pretty fast here at Texas if you're not saving and conserving. So we're looking at pit strategy like lap 30, 40, something like that, if these drivers deal their cars out right here tonight.
Normally, when you say 3, I'm sure you mean that we're laying 3 in the pits.
Yes, sir.
They've got the set that they qualified on, which is also the set that they had to start the race on. And then they've got 3 spares in their pocket. And with this looking like they could possibly do this in a 2-stop fashion, depending on what type of fuel mileage some of these guys are going to be getting. But they should be okay.
Yes, sir. As we're 100% fuel here tonight, so should be
70%.
70%? Okay.
70% fuel fill, 4 sets of tires, so you're looking right around 45 laps.
Definitely. So looking around 2 stops, 2, maybe 3, depending on how they work on those tires and if there's a caution. But knowing cleanracing.net, I've known from the past, they run these races the cleanest as possible, especially with how they race. I have nothing bad to say. This league runs so clean that it baffles me, to be honest.
This league is the only reason I look forward to Mondays.
Yes, sir.
Rayburn out of control going into 1. He's going to try to give up some spots. That's Tom Richter moving to his inside as the 12 of Ken Pack caught on the bottom.
3 wide between the 31, 34 going around that corner. Definitely don't want to be hearing you're the meat in the middle of the sandwich this early into the race on lap 11 of 110. That's something that you're like, hey, you might want to stop back and take your time on it. As definitely going to be running out here tonight. 2 wide, still battling in the back between the 44 car and number 12 car. Biggest mover so far is James Rayburn and Chris Smith tied up 4 spots.
There is the Mobile 1 Toyota of Chris Smith.
Yes, sir, as that 14 car looking pretty nice out here tonight. Kind of rare to see some of those paints now, I'm going to be honest.
Well, that's the beauty of this league is these guys take pride in their paints. And a man who unfortunately isn't with us tonight, but he's got a damn good reason considering that last Sunday his wife gave birth to their child. Nate Brown, a very prolific painter, has done a lot of the paint schemes that you're seeing here tonight.
Yes, sir, and I was actually just about to ask, I don't see Nathan out here. I was wondering what was going on with him. To be honest, I'm in so many...
He is on daddy duties.
Can't keep up.
Because his wife just had... Oh, that was Rayburn.
Into the wall.
Rayburn ate the turn 2 wall and pancaked the right side of that truck badly.
Luckily, these cars are built tough, a lot more tougher than the next-gen Cup cars, I will say. Those cars, you gotta baby them. These cars, you can take a little bit of a beating, but there can also be consequences.
Well, there's a reason for that, Em, and that's because these trucks are made out of U.S. steel the way it was intended to be done, not carbon fiber like the Cup bodies are currently.
Yes.
Dominic Rossi looking up the inside of James Nelson. That is your battle for 11th, as Rossi already +2. As Rayburn's dropped a couple of spots after eating the wall. And here comes our season 13 champion.
Yes, sir.
No. Greg Barnett's our season 12 champion, sorry. Taking last season off due to a Roadcaster Cup injury, back in the truck in that POW MIA ride, picking him up and laying him down here as he's already gained a couple of spots.
As almost three wide action between the 38-29 car and that car behind them. Definitely some action here tonight. Running 2-3 wide. That's what Texas brings. 3 wide action. I know sometimes it's not, you don't see it much, but when it happens, it's really good racing. Texas is the track where you can do it, but depending on where you're coming at, like entering turns 1, you got to be careful, as something can go wrong in that truck.
Oh, it absolutely can, as Brian Toole and Tom Richter going after each other. Drag race down the backstretch. They've got to be careful because that's Jason Higginbottom right behind them, and Higginbottom looking to make his return to the lead with an exclamation point statement.
Currently sits +1 as he moves into the 7th spot. Make that 6. The 44 car is moving up. Jason Higginbottom, just like you're saying, he just passed those 2 cars within 1 lap. That is definitely some movement I'm expecting to see all night as we're working already lap 20. Wow. Time goes by fast when we are racing.
We're about halfway through this fuel run, or closing in on halfway during this fuel run. That is if my high-powered Gazinzas are working properly. Larry Stubblefield currently holding down the number 2 spot as your top 3. Throw a blanket over them. 3/4 of a second to the good. Trevor Ryan, Larry Stubblefield, Adam Gaston, and then you're 3/4 of a second back to that United States Marine Corps Toyota of Jay Culp.
Yes, sir. As battling up there as the 18 and the 82 car, getting close neck to neck. 18 car still leading this field, 21 laps in. The 82 car behind him is like, hey, I'm here, and I might want to take your spot. I want to feel the open air out in front of you.
Well, here's the thing. Stubblefield is a patient driver. One of the things we learned at the start of this season, that man will stalk you like Jason Myers. And he will make you make a mistake. Well, right now, he's fallen back into the clutches of Avram Gaston.
I think he's saving his tires.
And they brought Jay Culp back into the mix.
I feel like he's saving his tires. Like you mentioned that he just finds his ground and runs his line. I think he might be saving tires.
It's a good possibility. Now is about as good a time as any is to check in with our in-sim reporter. Joey Steyer's right in the thick of it, bidding for a top 15 spot as Smith in 16th, and Steyer's and Ken Aylen going after each other. Aylen going to drop back. Steyer's up into 17th. Joe, how's it feeling out there?
Truck's coming to me, I think, right now. I spent the first half of the run trying to save my tires, and it's really starting to pay off. I'm seeing these guys fall back to me, and I'm not really losing a lot of time to the leader. I'm starting to actually gain, so. And it's just it's very minimal, but I mean, I'm 8 seconds back. That's hard to make up here under green. So those guys up front are doing a really good job with their tires. Well,
from the looks of it, you're not doing too half shabby with yours. looking to bring the 6-shooters back to Mackinac, Illinois. That'd be a fun one.
Yes, sir. I'd love to get another one in this series. These guys, the competition in this series has just gotten so much better. And you could really tell at these 1.5-mile tracks.
And this is one of the few tracks in iRacing that we run year in and year out you don't have a win at yet.
Yeah, Texas has never really been my bread and butter, and I think it's just because of this 1 and 2. It's so unique. It's not like your other typical 1.5-mile tracks where you got to let off and just wait, let the car kind of roll until you can catch it, and then go. And then 3 and 4, it's wide open. So it's definitely unique for the 1.5-mile tracks.
Well, Joe, Chris Smith right in front of you is in 15th place. We're going to let you get back to it. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
So we're going to check in with this battle between Brian Toole in the Caterpillar 99 as he's got Tom Richter in the 34 out of Allentown right in front of him. That is 7th and 8th. Starting to go after each other. And did we lose Emily?
Yes, sir. As we're definitely starting to spread out here at Texas, that's definitely what we see in these long runs. Some of these drivers are fast in the beginning, or they like starting to save tires. It really is up to them if they want to run it hard, as we are getting close to the pit window. Working on that 27 out of 110. Getting somewhat close, shall I say, but definitely some battle between the 23 and 14 car as
the Steyer's on the low side, Smith on the top shelf. Chevy on Toyota action coming off the 4, and Steyer's going to wrestle the spot away from Smith. And and we're right about, I'm thinking, just past the halfway mark of this fuel run is what I'm thinking. Oh, Richter and Toole going after each other again. This is your battle for 7th.
Yes, sir. As definitely a lot of battling going out here tonight, as the 99 car getting past that number 34 car, working his way. Ooh, a little bit of movement, side-by-side action of the Caterpillar car. Definitely working side-by-side for a good lap now. Toyota versus Chevy out here tonight.
And what's your take on it? Chevy, Toyota, Ford, where are you at?
I'm getting a report. The 18 is pitting this time, guys. We're going to have people pitting here.
That's a lot earlier than I was thinking. Gaston stays out. Stubblefield stays out. Trevor Ryan looking to go off sequence on lap 30. Higginbottom down pit road, as is Greg Barnett, Dominic Rossi. This is a lot earlier than I thought we were going to see some takers.
Yes, sir. Lap 30, probably about how far the tires go. Maybe once Joey gets down into pit lane, he can let us see how
bad it is. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have to give us an exact number, just how bad the tire wear was.
More takers looking to get cut off that undercut. Stubblefield, Carey, Richter, Toole, Pack all in. Only your top 5 have stayed out so far. That's Abram Gaston. There he is. Jay Culp, about a 1.5 seconds back from him. Our in-race reporter, Joey Steyers, is another 7.25 seconds back. It looks like Gaston is coming pit side. Yes, he is. That's going to hand the lead of the race over to Culp for that all-important bonus point for leading a lap. And Emily, I know you're new to this league as far as being up here in the booth, but I can tell you one thing. If you're looking for somebody to get the most out of a set of Goodyear Eagles, look no further than the driver of that 23, as he will get every ounce of traction he can out of those 4 Mr. Feelgoods, and he'll get every ounce out of that tank of Go Fast as well.
Yes, sir. And another thing, though, to be careful with, I know myself out there, when the leaders pit, you got about 2 to 3 laps until you really need to pit. Otherwise, you're going to be put far behind the field. I know that is something that these drivers do got to be careful with. If they can stay out, they can stay out. But there can be consequences later as well. as if it goes green.
That's the 82 of Stubblefield flashing by. Stubblefield has already been down pit road as Chris Smith, the next one to come pit side. However, your effective race leader is going to be this man in the 18. That is Trevor Ryan, as he's 2.5 seconds up the road from Stubblefield. As Stiers now goes pit side. Shane Calhoun moves up into second. There is the Enterprise Chevy. And if anybody from Enterprise is listening, make a street legal version of this truck and let us rent it.
Yes, sir. I would love to drive one of these vehicles or trucks. I'd love to get my hands on a NASCAR Cup Series vehicle myself, to be honest.
I know where there's a handful of them.
I honestly, I've been thinking about it. I've been looking into options about getting into dirt racing. I don't know if y'all ever heard of sprint car racing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the dangerous sports out there, racing sports, shall I say. But I've been thinking about it.
I would start with a mini sprint first, Adam. And it looks like Calhoun going to pit from the lead. The only other person we're waiting on is that man out of Montreal driving the Rowdy Energy 3G3. That is Fred Garcia, the chief cook and bottle washer here for the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. And why does that get turned off? No idea. But we're going to check in with our in-race reporter, Joey Stiers. How bad was the tire wear?
I got a lot of right front tire wear on my truck, so it's down to about 76%, whereas my left sides were about 90. So they're definitely hot, and they're definitely not good.
Well, you might want to move up the track a little bit and not punish that right front quite as much. But how many gallons did you have to take there to fill the tank?
Let me look here. Let's see. About 13 gallons of fuel.
Okay, then. So I was way off.
I could have gone probably 3 more laps under the tank I had, so that's what, 36 laps maybe?
Yeah, that's about 10 laps off from where I thought we were going to be tonight. As we're checking in with this battle in front of Joe, this is your battle for fourth, Justin Carey in his return to the league, as he's got Tom Richter all over his tailgate.
Yes, sir. And I remember Justin Carey, definitely a fast car, working his way into fourth place, like you mentioned, working up to catch the leaders after that pit strategy, working lap 39 out of 110. Can't believe I'm already saying that. These drivers make this time move by fast. Definitely battling between that ODR truck and the Momentum truck. Two different brands out here tonight, but I haven't seen a lot of Chevys out here tonight.
Now, there's a ton of Chevys at the front of the field. As a matter of fact, the top 3 all held down by the bow tie. Highest running Toyota is that 21 of Justin Carey. And then for your highest running Blue Oval, you got to go all the way back here to 9th as Greg Barnett starting to work on Jay Culp, looking to wrestle 8th away from the Toyota.
Yes, sir.
Seems kind of a fitting battle, too, as we've got the Toyota representing the United States Marine Corps, Greg Barnett representing POW MIA. You know, this is a fun battle to see because this league definitely is a patriotic league, and you know they love this great country of ours.
Yes, sir. As definitely working on battling 34 car and 21 car, still bumper to bumper.
And they brought Brian Toole into the mix because they were battling.
Yes, sir. And that is one thing that can happen is battling out can burn those tires up immensely. I know personally myself, battling too much has cost me a race. So these drivers do got to be careful out here tonight, as the 34 car is now pulling away from that 21 car. But I feel like that 21 car is faster going into turn 1 and 2 than that number 34 car.
Well, if what we've been seeing so far is any indication of what we're going to see for the rest of this race, I dare say these guys are going to have to use all 3 spare sets of tires tonight, as we're looking at a 3-stop race right now. As everybody pit right around lap 30, we're expecting them back down pit road on lap 60. And while we are in a little bit of a lull and we have the green flag pit stop done and dusted, we're going to go side by side, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back in the great state of Texas for round number 6 of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Kicking off the second half of the season with some great battling going on just outside your top 5. As that is Brian Toole, who's brought that group he was running with Justin Carey and Ken Pack, up into the mix with Tom Richter for 4th. We've got our in-race reporter, Joey Stiers, moving into the top 10 as he's now doing battle with Jay Culp. Stiers on the top shelf trying to conserve that right front. Going to drop back in behind the Toyota and try to get the run off the 4. Culp going to pinch him up. Stiers having nothing to it. Gives him a little bit of a toot from the chrome horn coming across the stripe. Trevor Ryan, 8/10 to the good and already getting into lap traffic. As that is Jeremy Morrison in 19th right behind him. Only one retirement to speak of the 23 that started this race. Jason Higginbottom has put it on the hauler after the first round of pit stops. Tommy Osborne, Fred Garcia, Shane Calhoun all sitting a lap down as looks like Trevor Ryan's taking a little bit off her there as
wrecking.
Richter was all sorts of sideways. Let's go back and take a look at what happened there.
I think looseness got him.
Well, take a look what the eye in the sky picked up. And yep, just back end started to wash and Toole finished him off.
Wow.
Everybody had that well spotted as Justin Carey now moves up into 4th. And Emily, you're absolutely right about Justin Carey. Every time he has been on track over the past few seasons, he has been in contention.
Yes, sir.
The only problem is he hasn't been able to commit to a full season.
Yes, sir, and that's one big thing out here is...
Trevor Ryan's going pit side.
Ooh.
As is Carey.
Remember, it is getting around that time, lap 58, almost lap 60.
Yeah.
I think they might have burnt up their tires possibly and might need to get damage fixed as we're working lap 60 of 110. Leader is now the 22 car of Gustin, battling in and out with that number 82 car.
The double deuce of Gaston bringing it down pit side. Is Stubblefield going to inherit the lead again? That Night Owl Chevy picking him up and laying him down right now is he is 7 seconds to the good over your now second place. That is the Plasma 12 Chevy of Ken Pack.
Yes, sir, as 18 car is coming out of pit lane. 11 cars currently on the lead lap. 1 car out at this time. Definitely these drivers gotta probably praying for a caution to get back on the lead lap. Otherwise, they're just going to be racing it out tonight.
It'll cycle through as here comes Culp pit side. He was thinking about it, couldn't get the truck stopped enough. That's going to cost him. As the fresher tire trucks flash by.
Yes, sir, as I believe the 88 is going to be trying to go down pit road, possibly this time by 82 car in pit lane. That is your race leader. 88 is probably going to try to go for round 2 down pit lane, or might be keep on going. Going to keep it going, it looks like.
He may have caught the apron on that previous lap. Let's go back and take a look at this.
I know there was contact with me.
Now that would explain it as we're checking in with our in-race reporter, Joey Stiers, currently your race leader. As here we are coming off of 2. Stiers works to the inside, drag race down the back straightaway. And this is right when those green flag stops started. And yep, just a little bit of contact there. Got Culp all sorts of loose. He takes it down on the apron to stay out of the way. No harm, no foul. We stay green.
Yes, sir, as Joey Stiers is going down pit lane. 88 car still choosing to stay out. Pitted around lap 34. Still got around 2 laps in the tank. Definitely got to be careful with that as multiple cars are a couple laps down. That's something you got to be careful with. You got to pit correctly in order to stay on the lead lap, especially with putting in 2 green flag runs so far. Definitely going to be interesting.
The two Fords hooking up and trying to move their way forward. They're your two highest running blue ovals, with Greg Barnett in 14th. Right behind him is Sammy Dale in the 888. That is 15th. And they have already had their second stop done and dusted.
Yes, sir.
As James Rayburn and Fred Garcia almost getting into each other.
Yes, sir. As number 88 and 29 cars still have not came down pit lane. Meaning 18 car in a couple laps will be your race leader. Definitely working on that. 22 car in 4th place currently. 29 car coming down pit lane. 1 car still waiting to come out. 18 car currently in 2nd place. 22 car is definitely telling the 18 car, hey, I'm here. Definitely been moving up. Currently up. Well, started in that position, so definitely made back up the spots that I believe they actually lost a little bit.
Yep, they only got Jay Culp, who has yet to come down for his second stop. So this is your effective battle for the race lead, as Ryan and Gaston have pulled a gap of 3 seconds over Larry Stubblefield right now. And if you want to know what that looks like, it's Gaston sends it going into turn number 1 up the inside.
Yes, sir, as battling between the 22, taking that lead from the number 18 car. 18 car has been led decent, and when I mean decent, at least 50-plus laps here tonight. Still battling it out as the 18 car is getting down on that left rear quarter panel. About to give him the bumper, but decided not to, as the track temp is almost up into triple digits. Track temp is 97 degrees out here tonight. Pretty hot one here today, meaning outside temp probably up into the 110s. Don't you think, Tony?
It's probably north of 100 inside that cockpit, that's for sure. But, 80-degree ambient air temperature, 51% water drain in the air. That's about the best these guys could ask for. With a 50% water drain, these engines are going to be making gobs of horsepower. As the less water that's in the air, the more oxygen will be in the air. And that means there's more oxygen to burn coming through the carburetor.
Yes, sir, as 22 cars putting down fast laps, 14 laps, 70 out of 110. We're getting to the good, the money stop as we're looking at, going 171 out of turns 4. Definitely the fast pace, getting up to almost 180, 185. Definitely looking like super speedway speeds.
They are just on it tonight, as until people start getting in 3-wide situations, we haven't seen a ton of carnage. Yes, there's a couple guys that have cheese grated the right side of their trucks, Greg Barnett in the 38 being one of them. But, we haven't seen a ton of issues, and I think a lot of that has to go back to the cold weather again. It's only a 2-mile-an-hour wind, and it's holding pretty steady.
Yes, sir, as 22 cars still having a pretty decent gap between that number 18 car. Closest battle out here tonight currently, besides actually 6th and 7th, looking like they're getting close to racing. 5th, 6th, and 7th currently battling out. The 75 car is trying to get onto the outside line.
Well, Morrison not having a good...
Working.
Morrison in the 75 not having a good time of it, as he's currently sitting a lap down in 20th.
Yes, sir. As that 99 car is working that number 21 of the ODR team. Battling on that bumper. Reminds me of Auto Club, shall I say. Auto Club, you are just like Super Speedway, bumper to bumper.
Absolutely.
As the 90 car still on that 21's bumper, working at that line. Bernie, I will say,
and they,
like you mentioned,
these guys, Carey and Toole, have caught Tom Richter.
Yes, sir.
Toole looks through the inside, coming through the dog leg. Carey cuts him off as Culp goes pit side. Then hands the lead of the race over to that man in the Fanatec double deuce. That is Avram Gaston, your current race leader. And again, this is what he needed after missing last week in Austin. Comes to Dallas-Fort Worth and puts on a show. Great run out of that Chevy Camp. And we're about, I dare say we're about 20 laps away from what should be the money stop.
Yes, sir. That money stop is coming into play. That 18 car is kind of hanging back. Probably trying to save some tires to make it a little bit further. But, whew, 3 car is going so up high.
And that is Fred Garcia trying to get up and out of the way. Knows that he doesn't have the speed, but those guys are battling for position. Garcia, one of your lap cars here tonight. As a matter of fact, first car, 1 or more laps down in 18th. So should we get a caution, Fred Garcia in the catbird seat. Checking back in here for 12th. That's Chris Smith and Greg Barnett going door to door. And you can see the outside of Barnett's truck. He has gotten into the wall something fierce, but it hasn't seemed to slow him down a whole heck of a lot.
No, sir, as he is battling left to right with that number 14 car with 2 cars trailing them behind. Battle between those positions. That Toyota is working on that side. The number 52 car is going on the outside of that 38 car saying, hey, I'm there and I want that spot. As the number 2 car is also working up there. Definitely some close battling in the back of the pack currently.
There is, yes, that is Tommy Osborne in the deuce. Currently sitting a lap or more down in 20th. As a matter of fact, looks like he is currently 2 laps down to the race leader as Fred Garcia jumps to the pits. Not sure what happened to Fred. Oh, no, he just drove down pit road.
Oh. Well, some great racing still from the 52 and 38 car working neck to neck as it's like 3 cars got some fuel and tires maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see what caused Fred to come back down pit road. Not sure. Looks like a scheduled stop for the 3.
Interesting. Something we haven't seen out here tonight.
Checking back in with this battle between Barnett and Island. That is for 13th and 14th. As here comes the deuce up the inside. That is Tommy Osborne in another Ford trying to help his stablemate. Right now, your highest running Ford is that man in the 888, the Ford Performance F-150 of Sammy Dale, currently knocking on the door to try to get into the top 10. However, Joey Stiers is 5 seconds up the road.
Yes, sir. As our biggest mover here tonight in 12th position, number 14 car of Chris Smith up 9 positions, working to move up more. Definitely some big moves here tonight. Wow. 9 spots from where he started, working to move up, possibly move up in the top 10. I think it's fully possible with how he has been racing here tonight. I think I can see him get in the top 10 tonight.
If he continues that climb forward that he's had, it's been a steady climb forward. You know, he hasn't been just picking guys off to pick guys off. But, you know, he's been running a smart race so far. As just as I say that, let's check in with our in-race reporters. He's working the inside of Dominic Rossi for 8. As those guys running stem to stern right now. Now, Fred Garcia behind them does have pressure tires.
Yes, sir.
Steyer's going to send it up the inside. Rossi caught on that high line. Steyer's going to pick him off. Coming off of 4. Bing bong, Steyer's in 8.
Yes, sir. As we're working 10 laps to the
Yellow.
We got a yellow, boys. We got a yellow.
Caution. This is going to shake up the field. Caution lap 81 out of 110. Going to stack this field up and get ready to go green here soon. Wholesale
What
pit stops.
just happened to Tom Richter? There you see the
Wow.
front-running truck. We're going to take a look at what the iRacing blimp picked up. There you see Richter leading Tool.
I think he might have got loose.
That would be the second time he caught too much throttle pedal. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Tool hit the
Oh.
wall and turned him. Oy!
Ooh,
And Carey catches the
1-1.
wall as a piece.
Unfortunate. And a lot of damage to that number 34 car. Definitely going to put him maybe a lap down, getting damage fixed. Wow, that was a hard hit.
We are in our fuel window, and everybody will be probably taking their last set of tires right here.
All right, we'll let you concentrate on the stop. Best of luck to you, Joe.
Thanks, boy.
And there you see, Tool gets into the wall. Carey nowhere to go. Gets nerfed. Smashes that safer barrier on the inside of the track. Richter gets appointed back straight. And just like that, we are under our first caution of the night. And of all the people to have stayed out, I would have guessed Tom Richter would have been the last one to do that.
Yes, sir. The 34 car has a lot, and I mean a lot. That's definitely going to affect his performance here tonight. Definitely going to be taking longer in that pit road. To be honest, I don't know if they should be able to make it.
Well, that's what Joe was saying. This is the pit window. But while we are under caution, we're going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back at Texas. A little bit of pit strategy being played by Tom Richter as he waited to the last possible second to come down pit road to get that truck serviced. He might be playing overtime, planning on it with how hard these guys have been running as of late. Trevor Ryan inherits the lead back. Larry Stubblefield, Adam Gaston. Those three drivers going to restart exactly where they started the race. Ken Pack +2 in fourth. Dominic Rossi +8, Joey Stiers +9, in 5th there. And Chris Smith, your biggest mover back there, currently being scored in 7th.
Yes, sir, as 14 cars on the lead lap now, 34 car that got into that collision pitted late as we get ready to go green. 18 and 82 car working on that front row, getting ready in the Geico restart zone.
Green,
Pull
green,
that
green.
trigger. 18 car getting a decent gap in front of the 82 car, especially on those little old tires. Definitely interesting getting that huge gap. A fast car up here tonight. 22 car going to be working into 3rd place now. 2-wide battle, possibly 3-wide battle behind those vehicles here tonight.
And
Wow.
you said earlier, you're wondering where the Chevys were? They occupy every spot in the top 6.
Yes, sir. Only Chevys from the top 6. I don't know. I'm a Ford gal, I'm going to be honest. Ooh, car got loose coming out of turn 4. 31 car in the grass currently.
Oy, that was Ken Pack that just went, or no, it was Rayburn that went for a ride.
Wow.
Let's go back and take a look at that one. No, I had it right the first time. The 12 of Pack. And Rayburn has to take evasive action. Oy.
Cause and effect right there, folks, as 2-wide battling. That's what happens. As
Look who's
new
back
race
in the
leader,
lead.
number 22 car working the outside of the 18 car. Definitely saying, hey, I got fresh tires, I'm catching you.
Well, Ryan's on the same tire strategy.
Yes, sir. I mean, wow. These cars are neck to neck. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Bumper to bumper, like bump drafting at Daytona here tonight. Wow.
And our in-race reporter, Joey Stiers, is the meat in that sandwich for the final step of the podium.
Yes, sir, as he's going to be trying to work on the outside line to get on the outside of that number 82 car. Doesn't get it.
Flirting with the wall.
Yes, sir, as on the outside of that number 42 car, working on the outside line, allowing that number 42 car to get past, but I don't think that's going to be a problem for our Joey Stiers.
Nah, he knows he's got 20 laps to get it done. Calm, cool, and collected. It's the reason why I call him the Iceman.
Yes, sir, as now he's working inside of that 42 car, my bad, as that number 14 car is currently up into 6th place, up 15 positions, your biggest mover now of the night. I did say you'll be seeing him in that top 10 spot.
Well, now that we've got the caution and a bunch of the field back up, this is exactly what some of these guys were hoping for, as Ryan and Gaston are still just throwing right crosses at each other at both ends of the track. A lot of respect being shown. They're not leaning on each other, as they both know that we still have 21 to go, to be 20 to go at the stripe, as Gaston finally going to wrestle the spot away. Ryan right on his tailgate, though.
Yes, sir. The 82 car is just hanging back and letting them burn those rubbers off of those vehicles. With this hard battle, and I'm expecting those right fronts to be really chewed up. But knowing these drivers, they're not even probably running as hard as they're thinking right now.
Good possibilities. We're checking in with the weather. Still under the triple-digit mark. That's impressive.
As we get just up to almost 1 degree off of triple digits, 99 degrees, up 10 degrees since this race started. Definitely a hot track here tonight. Gonna get tacky with the rubber down, but still chances to get loose coming out of turns 4 and 2 as the 23 car gives a little bumper to the number 82 car saying, hey, I'm here.
I don't know if you heard the call last week, but I used to drive with a guy in one of the leagues. We called him 3-tap Terry. The first tap was to let you know he was there. The second tap was to let you know he's coming by you, whether you want him to or not. And if you still didn't let him by, your team was probably going to be piecing the car back on the hauler.
Yes, sir. That is something that, I don't know if you know me, but I definitely give those to myself as well. 22 car in the lead, up 2 spots from where he started, working that top line. 18 car just swinging left and right. These cars are battling it out like nothing. That 82 car definitely gets on the inside. Wow, some great racing with 20 laps to go. Working on 16 laps after this one. Wow.
Inside 20 to go. Working lap, or 17 to go right now currently. Ryan, Gaston, Stubblefield, Stiers, and Rossi, your top 5. They've got a half a second clear over the 14 of Chris Smith, who, as you mentioned earlier, is currently our biggest mover.
Yes, sir, as his fastest lap is a 30.36 fastest lap of everybody here tonight. Wow. That's faster than qualifying lap.
Actually,
Wow.
the fastest lap of the race belongs to the man right behind him, Ken Pack. 30.36. My math is off tonight.
You're fine, Tony.
I got
wow.
the fuel mileage wrong. I got the tire mileage wrong. I'm gonna go to bed after this.
Well, 15 laps to go here tonight. 22 and 18 car not done battling it out here tonight. 2 Chevys, 3 Chevys, 4 Chevys, 5 Chevys battling it out for the top 5 with a Toyota in the mix now, number 14 car. Some space in between them now, but I think the 14 car is going to be saving tires.
Well,
knowing that
Smith has already clawed a couple of tenths back. It was over half a second. So Dominic Rossi just a handful of laps ago.
Yes, sir, as 14 laps now to the race end. I'm not expecting any of these drivers to let up. 14 laps. It's go time. I think it's been go time since lap 20 for these drivers here tonight, as they've been battling it left to right.
They absolutely have been putting on an amazing show. We've seen pockets of racing all night long, and now that we've had that one and only caution, we're seeing the racing we have been hoping for all night, as the battle up front for those top 3 steps of the podium. Not even a truck length separates each truck in the top 6.
Yes, sir, as Jake Hope is retiring from the session. Interesting.
Yeah, that pit strategy caught Culp out, and that caution came out at the worst possible time for him. Checking back in with the 31 of James Rayburn. He's all over the back bumper. Ken Aylen in 9th is, I believe that was the 21 coming out of the pits there. Yes, it was. If I can find him. Justin Carey just spent almost 12 minutes in his pit box trying to get that truck fixed, after knocking the rear end out, getting nerfed into the wall. Stiers looking to the top shelf on Gaston right now. A lot of space, a lot of respect being shown. Stiers flirting with the wall off of 2.
Yes, sir, as battling between the 22 and 23 cars side by side going into turns 3 and 4. Neck to neck going out there. The 22 car still gets ahead of him, but still not done battling. The 23 car has been fast all night. Up 12 spots. Not our biggest mover yet, but still second biggest mover of the night, up into 3rd position. Definitely moving and grooving out here tonight. Definitely got the feeling with 10 laps to go.
Moving in the right direction, I might add.
Yes, sir. Only way to move up here at Texas is forward and up in those positions, as the number 18 car is getting a huge gap on top of that 22 car. Pulling almost a second gap. Wow.
3/4 of a second is the gap right now, as Gaston driving out the rearview mirror just as much as he's driving out the windshield, trying to keep Stiers behind him. As we take a look at the last couple of lap times for these guys.
Yes, sir. Definitely falling off almost a second now, off of maybe 5-10 laps ago. Definitely been running these cars cars hard, as the 23 car is going to be working on the inside of the number 22 car. That inside line can be the fast line if you know how to run it coming into 1 and 2.
Well, one guy that does know how to run that inside groove is Joey Stiers, as he was 14 thousandths quicker than Gaston was the last time across the stripe. But now he's got to worry about Larry Stubblefield, who is right there as well. Coming across the stripe. Here we go.
Yes, sir. As
And
the number
Stiers gave it all back.
Yes, sir. As the number 23 car still working and grooving. 18 car still has a huge gap and gaining now a second gap from second place. Knock on wood, knock on broadcaster's booth word. Think he might be it, Tony. I don't know.
Well, you're absolutely right. As we're checking in, and you can see that Trevor Ryan has just been chipping away at that lead. 10th here, 10th there, half a tenth, 2 tenths.
Ooh.
As we are going to be on the handshake lap this next time by, as Stubblefield has gotten to the inside of Stiers.
5 to go at the line. Wrecking ball out, 82 car in front of that number 23 car. Joey Stiers putting up a fight and saying, hey, I want that spot back. Is it possible, though? The 82 car has been a fast car all night. We know that with them battling out between the 22 and 18 car. It's anybody's race currently.
You can't help but wonder if Stiers, as he was battling with Gaston earlier in this run, did that burn up that right front more than he can handle, as we are getting ready to go 4 to go. Trevor Ryan is a 2 1/4 up the road from Avram Gaston, who holds down second place. Gaston a half a second to the good. Over the 82 is Stubblefield. Stiers still within striking distance, though. This race is not over until it's over.
Yes, sir, as Trevor Ryan almost pulling a 2-second gap. He is moving and grooving. He has a feeling in his truck right now and saying, hey, I ain't stopping. I'm just moving.
You're absolutely not wrong. And checking back in here is Ken Pack has just worked his way back into the top 6. Chris Smith back to 7th. And you got to wonder, as we're 3 laps to go, did Smith burn his tires up going as hard as he could trying to catch that lead group? The answer, a resounding yes. Checking back in here, that battle for 3rd, as we are going to be 2 to go at the stripe. Ryan comes through the dog leg, popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go.
Yes, sir. I can't believe almost 110 laps has gone by this fast. The drivers have made it a blessing for me to be out here in the booth with you tonight, Tony. I'm glad I'm with you with these last 2 laps in the race. Let's see some action here tonight.
We are seeing some action as Trevor Ryan brings it through the dog leg, off of 4 into the dog leg. White flag is in the air. We are racing back to checkers. Stubblefield and Ryan, Stiers on Stubblefield. Stiers going to have one final shot at him, and he's running out of time.
Yes, sir. As the 22 car kisses that wall, wow. Definitely close battling 22 car and 82 car. Looked like a finishing field here tonight, but you never know till it's over. 18 car is going to bring it home to the checkered flag. 18 car is your winner tonight, following the 22 car in 2nd place. Your 3rd place rounding out is number 82. 4th, it's going to be 23 of Joey Stiers. 5th place is going to be the number 42 of Rossi.
And we will go over the finishing order after we do our interviews. Bear with me here as I try to find who we need to talk to first. And nobody is in Discord other than our 4th place finisher.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Screw it. Let's talk to Joey Stiers. Did you burn the tires off?
That last run, yeah, I absolutely burned the tires off them. I actually thought there, probably with about 15 to go, that I actually had a shot at the win. I was starting to make time on the top two there after I took third place. And yeah, I just burned it off. And for some reason, that Trevor Ryan, man, the tire conservation he had on his truck was just phenomenal. And that was the winning key to just pull away from us for about 2 seconds in front of us. So that's just incredible to see. But what a race we had up there at the end with that top five. That late caution really shook up the end of that race.
It absolutely did. What was going through your mind when you saw that caution come out?
It was definitely a blessing. It was like I got another chance here to show what I got in this race. And I started out the race. I was struggling pretty good, just falling back and not really making up time. But once I got that caution, I was like, all right, I've drove my way up here in the top 7, 8. So let's see what I got here for the win. And I gave her all I got, and I'll take a top 5 finish after the start of the race I had.
Well, Joe, let me take a quick look at something. Let me bring up the weather currently. We're at 102-degree track temperature, a full 20 degrees over where we started this piece. Is it safe to say that as the track started to get slick, it started to fall into your comfort zone?
It really did, because usually at the start of the runs, I'll try to save my tires as much as I can and just kind of let them guys go gung-ho and burn their tires up, and then they come back to me. But that last run, I felt like I just had to go from the start, and it definitely showed on my right front. I had the worst tire wear of the race on that last run. So definitely a great job by Trevor Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. As Joe, we will see you next week at Bristol. Best of luck to you then.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
And Emily, I believe you've got our race winner with you now.
Trevor, this is Emily and Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Great run here tonight. 2-second gap from the pack at that last end of it in that number 18 car. What was going through your mind that whole race? I know you were a pretty fast car out there tonight. Led a whole lot of laps. What was going through your mind?
It was kind of strategy all night between me, the 22, and the 82. I know the 23 got there at the end, but for the first 3 runs or so, it was me, the 22, and the 82, and we would all pit on different laps. And the way that the tire wear would work out, we'd kind of catch each other at certain points, and it was just a chess match to the end. Unfortunately, we had that late race caution, but I was able to come through in the end, thankfully.
Yes, sir. Great race here tonight.
As we're going to move into Bristol next week, what are your thoughts going into the last great Coliseum?
Bristol's a tough one. I think it can go a million different ways. There's a lot of variables there. I'm hoping to have a good run. I think we're building on our championship lead a little at this point, so I think we're just trying to go in and bring the truck out clean.
You are a 20 truck field, almost a full race to the good.
That feels pretty nice coming to what is there 4 races left in the season. It's nice to know that I have that buffer.
Yep. Tonight we kicked off the last half of the season. Talk us through, because you had some issues at Coda. What are your thoughts there?
I've always struggled with the wheel hop in the solid axle, the truck in the Xfinity car. In the old Gen 6 Cup car as well. I've always struggled downshifting and being able to bring the revs up enough to minimize that wheel hop, and it always comes to bite me. It doesn't matter where it is on a road course. I did the same thing at Daytona Road, I believe it was last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in there, a lot of rear brake to slow the truck down, and I just end up wheel hopping, plus the rear bias just sends me around. It's something I'm actively working on.
All right. Trevor, again, congratulations on another victory on the season. We're looking forward to seeing you next week at Bristol. But as the pride of Irwin, Pennsylvania, who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
I just want to thank all my friends and family. I want to thank my teammate Tom for coming out here, running, finding this place. I want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. You do a great job. It's always fun to go back and watch these. And I also want to say thanks to Freddie for running this league. It's a great place, a lot of talent here, all the drivers. It's just a really fun place to come race.
Trevor Ryan, again, congratulations. We'll see you next week at Bristol.
Sounds good to me.
So that was our race winner and our 4th place finisher. Adam Gaston, Larry Stubblefield, both not here. So let's get right into the finishing order here tonight. From Texas, Trevor Ryan coming home with the victory. Abram Gaston up front all night, comes home in second in the double deuce. Larry Stubblefield in the 80 deuce comes home in third. Joey Stiers hangs on for a top 5. Good moving forward, plus 11 for Stiers. Plus 8 for the man who finished behind him, Dominic Rossi in 5th. Ken Pack, Chris Smith, Sammy Dale, Ken Ayland, where are we? Ken Ayland, James Rayburn, Timothy Cook, Greg Barnett, and Brian Toole rounding out your lead lap trucks in the top half of the field.
Yes, 14th in the number 7 car Chevrolet, James Nelson. 15th going to be number 15 car. What a coincidence. Number Chevy, Jamie
LaRoque.
LaRoque. 16th is going to be in number 75 car of Jamie Morrison. Number 17th is going to be number 3 car of Frederick Garcia. 18th is going to be number 2 car of Tommy Osborne in the Ford Machine. 19th is going to be 11 car of Shane Callahan. 20th is going to be the number 34 car of Tom Richardson. Had some unfortunate events happen. Hope to see him back here next week. 21st place is going to go to the number 88 car of Jay Colt. 22nd is going to go to the number 21 car of Justin Carey. 23rd, rounding out your field, number 44 of Jason Higginbottom. What a great race here tonight. Definitely a lot of close battle action, I will say. Been a while since I've been in the booth, and I'm glad I was here with you, Tony.
Well, it was a pleasure to work with you finally, Em. As you know, everybody else got to work with you when you were training, and I just never got the chance. But it was definitely fun to have you up here in the booth. You're welcome to join me whenever you feel like it. Whenever I'm doing a solo broadcast, and you get bored. But that is going to about do it for us tonight from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She's Emily Arias. I'm Tony Trapasso, reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that until we meet again and as you walk down the road of life this week, do everybody a favor. Don't play in traffic. Good night and happy Easter and Passover, everybody.